flocked together. The gangs weren't here or not here because we have all the Christian gangs. Now, let me tell you about my gang leaders. They've been 4 years to college. They've been trained in gang leadership. And so the gang is God. You know, and so they get out here and they organize their little churches, and that's a little gang. But that's a little gang for good. That's a gang that wants to do good. It's a gang that if you have a knife, you got to get rid of it. It's a gang if you got some kind of evil in you, you got to deal with it. It's a gang that changes your life for good. And you get support in that gang. And we as human people want to flock together. We want to have friends. We want to be together. Very few people want to be hermits. So therefore, we have to have something constructive in prison for them to belong to and be part of, so that then they can be dignified and be on the road to rehabilitation.
Come on. Come on, hug on.
There's only one way that you can teach love. You have to illustrate it and demonstrate it. You have to walk in love. You know, you can't tell me something that I don't see in you. To teach love, it takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of character. It takes a lot of strength. It takes a lot of forbearance.
I'm going to hold on. Look at him again. I can teach this thing. Because I'm more than a conqueror. I got power.
When I was incarcerated, I was a very bitter man. I hated everybody. I was miserable. I didn't know I was miserable. I thought I was right. Just like the world today think they're right. They feel they're right. You know, I hated everybody. I hated the judge. I hated the jury. I hated the DA. Man, I was mad with everybody. But I didn't realize I was mad with myself. If it hadn't been for Angola, I may not even be alive. You know, because the life I was living, you know, I owned a ballroom, I sang rock and roll, I was traveling all over the place, you know, and in the wrong life. But then this place caused me to focus on myself. And when I looked around, so much blood and so much foolishness on every hand, I said, this is not what I had in mind. How did I come to this point? How did I come to this place? When I looked in the book of Luke, and I read 23rd chapter, 34th verse, that's when I saw it. You know, I saw it right there and it hit me. The Bible said, while hanging on the cross, Jesus cried with a loud voice, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And I couldn't understand that. I couldn't understand that. I said, what? While hanging on the cross, while the spit and the blood was draining down his face, while in pain and agony, he said, Father, forgive them. I realized I was wrong hating those people. I was wrong feeling that way. You know, it wasn't the judge, it wasn't the DA, it wasn't the jury, it wasn't my friends, it wasn't the family, you know, but it was me. And it was through this situation, God was speaking to me all the time. I just wasn't listening. I couldn't forgive anyone until I forgave myself. And when I forgave myself, I became free. If I had known who I really was, if I had known I was a giant, if I had known I could be a giant of a man in the street, oh, I would have been. But I didn't know. And I began to investigate myself. And God began to show me, if you desire to look in yourself, God will let you see. And I discovered I didn't want to be who I was. And I desired a change. And I said, if I never walk out of these gates, I'll never be that person again.
I can hear the sound of freedom like a distant voice it called and beckoned to me to follow where I had never gone. Though my heart was willing, I just stood there at the wall, praying somehow it would fall. But in the cross I found the doorway, and the hand that had held the key. When the chains fell at my feet for the first time,